Welcome back to the Movie Draft House for another 5-minute review here on YouTube. My second. I'm almost catching up to Mark. I sat down and watched Equilibrium. This is a movie that stars your boy Christian Bale from 2002. And it is a dystopian action. Think The Matrix meets 1984, if you've ever seen 1984, specifically the one made in 1984 starring William Hurt. It is basically that, but with John Wick, essentially, or The Matrix, because everybody wears black. This movie is a dystopian thing. No one's allowed to feel. Everybody's on a drug called something I forget. It's whatever, but it essentially dampens their ability to feel emotion, as well as all art and anything that creates individualism has been taken away. And Christian Bale plays a cleric along with Michael Biehn. Is it Michael Biehn? Which Biehn is it? Sean Bean, not Michael Biehn. Sean Bean. Michael Biehn is from Tombstone. Sean Bean gets killed right away because it's Sean Bean and he's in a movie. Now, the movie, they do this actionly shooty thing. They describe it briefly like guys like Christian Bale and these clerics have been trained to essentially do martial arts with guns mathematically somehow, and it makes them able to dodge bullets and shoot things accurately. They sure do waste a lot of ammo, though. For them being so efficient, they go through a lot of ammo, these clerics. But essentially, Christian Bale, or Sean Bean, is found out to be someone who has a sense crime. He's doing sense crimes. He's feeling emotions. He's stopped taking his medicine, and he's stockpiling various contraband of artwork goods. And so, spoilers, I recommend this. I think you should watch it if you like action films with a lot of style, because this definitely has that. Some of the action sequences could be a little kind of silly looking, but spoilers start now. Christian Bale, or Michael Biehn, Sean Bean, gets killed by Christian Bale, but not before Sean Bean can say a poem that he's learned. And I think this unlocks it's the seed that gets Christian Bale to start to feel. And the rest of the movie is watching him slowly open up his feelings and start to refuse to take the meds and start to do things like save a puppy. In this movie, puppies are not allowed, and he saves a puppy, a very adorable puppy too. And so it's these things that start winding him up. Now, he has a son who looks like one of the children of the corn, right? His daughter seems normal, but his son is like really stoic. Of course, he's on these drugs. And he kind of like it's interesting because he's in a place where he doesn't have any parental authority over this kid, because the kid is just following the rules of the nation. And if he sells out his dad, he's doomed. The dad is doomed, Christian Bale. So it's kind of that kind of temperament where he's bossing his dad around. And it's kind of interesting to watch Christian Bale be like, boy, I'd whoop you, but I can't because you're right, at least from a legal standpoint. And so the movie moves along as you follow him sort of losing this lack of feeling, starting to feel things, and then joining in a resistance, or maybe joining a resistance. I'm not going to spoil everything, but it has some really great fight scenes. The choreography at the beginning is kind of weak, but then like later in the movie, there's some really badass scenes. I thought for sure this was just going to full on follow the plot of 1984. If you watch that movie and this, you will definitely see the parallels, especially everything is grayscale, which I guess makes sense, but that's what 1984 did first. In 1984, nobody's allowed to view art or feel, really, and they're under this constant watch of Big Brother, and there's a Big Brother type figure in here called the Father. So I think it is heavily inspired by 1984. They threw in a bunch of crazy action, and what came out was something pretty fun and maybe thought-provoking. I don't know if that's the case. I just, at the end, when he has a sword and he does sword things, I kind of just go, this is what I like. Thank you for this. If you want to follow more, be sure to subscribe. I'm sure Mark will probably have one of these coming out tomorrow, and I'll see you in another 6 months for one of my 5-minute reviews.
Do this. You cannot do this.
There's nothing we can't do.
It's real. Burn it.